Just ahead on CTV News, President Trump holds a rally last night commemorating his first 100 days in office.
You finally have a president who is defending our borders and our nation.
Plus, the county council looking to change how taxes are collected on phone lines. And
well, with graduation season around the corner, I'm sure plenty of high schoolers are wondering what's their next step going to be. Well, this event here today is giving them the opportunity to learn about so many different career paths. I'm Mariah Jalad. I have that coming up on CTV News.
Those stories and more on CTV News, starting now.
Good evening, this is CTV News for April 30th. I'm Michaela Newton.
And I'm Katara Jones. Thanks for joining us. President Donald Trump marked his first 100 days in office by hosting a boisterous rally in Michigan. This was the scene at Macomb Community College in Warren, Michigan. The president, who spoke for almost an hour and a half, was true to form. He falsely claimed to have won the 2020 presidential election. He danced to the song YMCA, and he attacked polling numbers and news coverage not favorable to him. Here are some of what he had to say about Democrats.
And you know, when they say that Bernie's probably the best they have. By the way, he's about 7 years older than me, more, 8 years older. One thing I got to give him credit, he's a lunatic, but he's still pretty sharp. And he's going around with AOC +3, you know, the +3 follow him. They hang on for little bits. They hang on for nuggets. And they get crowds. They say, oh, our crowds are so much bigger than their crowds.
Trump also continued his attack on Fed Chair Jerome Powell, saying Trump, knows more than Powell knows about interest rates.
Meanwhile, Maryland may not rank as one of the biggest states, but it has taken an outsized hit during Trump's first 100 days. Some 270,000 Marylanders work for the federal government. Already, 2,700 have been let go by the Trump administration, with more expected. Now, the long fight for victory to relocate the FBI to Prince George's appears to be on hold. This comes after the president expressed his desire to keep it in D.C. And on the higher education front, the University of Maryland and Johns Hopkins are among the schools that have sued over threatened or lost federal funding.
Meantime, the fight to get Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the Prince George's County man that was wrongfully deported to El Salvador, continues. Just today, a federal judge denies a motion from the Trump administration to further delay discovery in Abrego Garcia's case. The judge has also set several new deadlines. First, the government must answer and respond to all discovery requests by May 5th. The depositions of 4 government witnesses must be done by May 9th. The plaintiffs also have until May 12th to renew their motions for relief, and the government has until May 14th to respond.
And Maryland is taking the Trump administration to court, accusing it of trying to shut down AmeriCorps. Attorney General Anthony Brown announced a multi-state lawsuit Tuesday after sweeping cuts to the National Service Program. The suit says 85% of AmeriCorps staff were forced on leave, $400 million in programs canceled, and thousands of service members terminated. In Maryland, more than $21 million and 5,000 volunteers are now at risk, including teachers, home rebuilders, and senior care providers. Now to some good news when it comes to Maryland's federal funding. The state's schools will not lose $418 million of pandemic recovery funds, which federal officials announced last month. That number will look like more than $230 million. Still bad news for Maryland schools. The government will not be reimbursing schools for money already spent from COVID-19 recovery funds. And school board leaders say this is funding local school systems were relying on for their 2026 budget. The state has asked the federal department to reconsider its funding.
The County Council approves a bill that will change its taxes on phone lines. The Council voted 7-3 on Council Bill 18 yesterday. The legislation will repeal the current 9% sales tax on phone lines and replace it with a $3.50 excess tax. The sales tax on telecommunications dropped to $13.5 million in fiscal year 2024. The new tax is expected to generate more than $50 million in revenue. Montgomery County and Baltimore City both have excess tax on telecommunications. And the county is mourning the local loss of a local hero. Former Prince George's County Fire Chief Benjamin Barksdale has recently passed away. He served with the department for 8 years, becoming chief in 2017 and retired in 2019. Before Prince George's, he served with Arlington County's fire department for 25 years. A multi-jurisdictional motorcade transporting the former chief in Virginia and Maryland was held on Sunday. Barksdale was reportedly battling cancer. He was only 60 years old. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Katara Jones.
And I'm Michaela Newton. Still to come, it's National Apprenticeship Day in Prince George's. See how a special event aimed to launch careers and connect talent with top employers. We'll have that story and more when we return.
Welcome to Extra Butter, Please. I'm your host, Sydney Jackson. We kick up. What happened? Where are the lights? Prince George's County Community Television is at risk of being defunded. Hard-hitting local news and creative content will cease to exist. Contact your county council member at 301-952-3700 and tell them to continue funding PGCTV. Prince George's County depends on it. Contact your county council member at 301-952-3700 and tell them to continue funding PGCTV. Prince George's County depends on it.
Hi friends, Brad and Brian here from the B&B Movie Review Show, asking for some help. We need you to save CTV. I know you're probably thinking like, look, I've got YouTube, I've got Good Morning America, I've got national news. Well, they don't care about you. We are community television. You need your community television. We are the platform for you. Without community television, you have no one talking about what's going on in your lives, on your streets, around your corners. This is essential programming, and you do not want to just give it up to a national news broadcast. You want your stories being told on your television sets, and CTV is doing that for you right now.
So it is imperative that we save Prince George's Community Television. This is your station. So I am telling you to call your county council at 301-952-3700 and demand that Prince George's Community Television is fully funded.
Welcome back. Scammers are targeting Real ID applicants, and with the deadline just a week away, authorities are sounding the alarm. Cyber criminals are using fake emails, texts, and websites to steal personal information from people trying to get their Real ID. They often impersonate agencies like the NVA and ask the victims to verify or update their information. Experts say to avoid clicking on unsolicited links and only use websites that end in .gov. If you get a message that seems off, go directly to the NVA's official site and never apply for a Real ID online. If you have outstanding tickets in D.C., you may want to consider paying down that balance. The D.C. Attorney General is suing 5 Maryland and Virginia drivers who owe more than a combined $420,000. One Maryland driver, Charles Sanders Jr., owes the district over $180,000 over 344 citations. Over 60 of those violations are for driving over 30 miles per hour over the speed limit.
Well, 200 local high school students met with potential employers today at the second annual Teen Career Expo.
We go to Mariah Gillette at Prince George's Community College.
What this does is it brings a lot of the different organizations that provide opportunities for these kids so they can go into career paths right outside of going to college.
The month of May means graduation season for Prince George's County High School seniors. It also means figuring out what path they might want to pursue. Now, for those coming out of high school, college might not be their immediate option. So this Career Expo gives them lots of opportunities to learn about what they could do next.
My family's always told me, like, oh, after high school you're gonna go to college, but I'm really interested in like the Army maybe, or just like other jobs as well that are just out there.
Since I'm into design, I talked to the booth right next, it's like design.
Students talked to representatives from county services like the library system and fire department, and there were even opportunities to learn about local business leaders.
I hope that they'll at least apply or even just reach out and stay connected. We always see those that are not graduating this year but maybe graduating next year, which is we tell them, like, even though you may be a sophomore or even a junior, like starting now and thinking about your future now is always important.
I do want to major in political science, but I still want to see like different things that I can do, like, you know, outside of that, just in case like that plan doesn't work out. Like I always want to have a plan B.
With these students graduating into an uncertain job market and economy, Prince George's Senator Nick Charles has these words of advice.
Find something that you're passionate about. Find something that you truly want to do, and the sky's not a limit.
In Largo, Mariah Gillette, CTV News.
Students from 4 county high schools visited the expo today. Some even filled out job applications right on the spot. And over in Lanham, in celebration of National Apprenticeship Day, Employ Prince George's is standing out with Apprenticeship Fest 2025. It's a 2-part event showcasing the power of apprenticeships, and CTV News was there.
We have the trades, so construction, we have some healthcare, we have some graphic designs.
Over 20 vendors joined Employ Prince George's for Apprenticeship Day, a biannual event for young people to find work.
Just exploring my options, you know, just seeing where I want to go.
And while Employ Prince George's works with PGCPS students, some of these job seekers are out of school.
If like plan A don't work, then they got a plan B to, you know, come back in.
I'm probably might be focused on being like a police officer.
You know, it's kind of rough out here, especially nowadays. You want to look for any opportunity you can to find a job, and I think this is a really good opportunity for anybody of any age.
Apprenticeship Day not only provides information, but also opens these young people up to a world of new possibilities.
College isn't for everyone right now, but a lot of these organizations offer you an opportunity to get your foot in the door, get a feel for what's available out there, and then they could say, I do want college, I do want more.
Well, big changes could be coming to how students pay for college. House Republicans have rolled out a new plan to overhaul the student loan system, and it could mean borrowing less and repaying faster. It's called the Student Success and Taxpayer Savings Plan, and GOP lawmakers say it'll rein in rising college costs. But critics warn it could make school even harder to afford. Starting in 2026, undergrads could only borrow up to $50,000 in federal loans. Grad students capped at $100,000, and that's less than what's allowed now and could push students toward more expensive private loans.
A 9-2 Montgomery County Council veto puts a housing bill back on the table. The bill will incentivize developers to convert vacant office buildings into housing units. Housing availability and affordability are national issues which Montgomery County are not exempt. Residents say it's getting harder, especially on seniors, with the growing concerns on the economy. Members of the county council say on top of alleviating the housing issue, this bill will also add to a boost to the county's tax base. Still to come on CTV News, check your freezers and fridges.
A meat packing company has recalled more than 18,000 pounds of meat. I'll have those details when we come back.
Hey, greetings everyone. I'm recording this video to let you know that I have heard about some big time budget slashing and maybe even canceling CTV. CTV gave me my start many years ago, and without it, I would never have gotten where I've gotten today. With that, I've produced many boxing shows that I started on CTV and ended up taking it to China at one point. At present, I'm now making documentaries. I've been very successful, and I owe a lot of it, if not all of it, to what CTV's opportunity has given me. So do what you can to try to help save CTV.
Hello, I'm Eric Fields, the bosses of the Gamma Pi chapter of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity. I'm here at the empty set of our show, Community Uplift. The reason there is no one here is because we wanted to show you what it would look like if the Prince George's County government closes down our community television station because of budgetary constraints. Without the station, important information will not be delivered to the citizens of the county. Without the station, there will be no opportunities for our aspiring newscasters, videographers, and television producers to get real-life training from this award-winning television station here in Prince George's County, Maryland. Let the members of the County Council know how important the station is to you, the citizens of Prince George's County. I'm Eric Fields, and I support this station.
Electric vehicle drivers, listen up. An inspection program for EV chargers is coming to Maryland for the first time. EV drivers have complained about chargers that either do not work or do not charge in an efficient time span. Maryland lawmakers hope the program will build trust in the state's ambitious EV goals, further encouraging drivers to ditch their gas guzzlers.
A utility company is looking to better support organizations in the Washington metro region that want to improve their local environment. Pepco, along with Sustainable Maryland, have teamed up to open its 2025 Sustainable Communities Grant Program. The funding will go to nonprofits and municipalities that are working on environmental and sustainability and community resilience projects in the District of Columbia and here in Maryland. Officials say the environmental grants will go toward projects like trail development, land restoration, and tree planting, while the community resilience grants will go toward projects that improve emergency preparedness and address climate-related issues.
It is very important for Pepco for us to launch programs like this one because it shows Pepco's commitment to supporting environmental sustainability and community resilience in the District of Columbia and Maryland. It also empowers local solutions for climate change, which is very important to us. We want to be sure that our communities are prepared for extreme weather. And it also allows Pepco to broaden the commitment to different customers that may need to save energy or reduce emissions.
The application deadline is July 16th. For more details and to apply, visit sustainablemaryland.com.
Well, a fundraiser is set for this weekend for the expansion of an exhibit at College Park Aviation Museum. CTV News got an exclusive sneak peek of the still under construction exhibit. It's called Columbia Air Center, Determined to Fly. The interactive exhibit will feature interactive displays, holograms, and artifacts. Determined to Fly commemorates the Columbia Air Center, the first Black-owned and operated airport in Maryland.
It was founded in Croom, Maryland, and operated from 1940 to 1962. And its history is significant, though it is virtually unknown by locally. It was a group of Black pilots who were taught by a gentleman named Charles Alfred Anderson, who would go on to become the father of the Tuskegee Airmen, moved to the D.C. area in 1938, started teaching other African Americans how to fly.
We're happy to have some of the descendants of the individuals who actually flew out of that airport. My brother and I are part of that family. And there'll be other families. Gladys Odie was a young lady who got her pilot's license then back in the 40s. We had young ladies who were aviators back then. That is very exciting.
Again, the fundraiser is set for this Saturday from 2 until 4 p.m. at the College Park Aviation Museum. But for more information, call 301-864-6029.
Smith Packing LLC is recalling over 18,000 of various ready-to-eat sausage, sliced meats, and poultry products. The United States Department of Agriculture says the recall is due to sodium nitrate levels that exceed the regulatory limit. The problem was discovered after the firm received consumer complaints of products that were off taste and off color. For the full list of the items affected by this recall, visit the USDA's Food Safety and Inspection website right there on your screen.
Meanwhile, Walmart announces their new Grow With Us program, aiming to help small businesses in the U.S. grow by selling American-made products. Through 4 steps, businesses will learn from the retail chain's curriculum and showcase their products throughout Walmart's U.S. stores and online marketplace. They will also gain experienced mentors to navigate the retail landscape and apply for financial support to expand through Walmart's early payment program. And Simon Buggs is back with our Wednesday sports page.
That's right. What's happening in sports, Simon?
Hey there, CTV sports family. Don't move, because coming right up, the UMD men's basketball team lands a 5-star prospect. Find out who the news member of the Red and White is after the break. Stay tuned.
I came to CTV knowing almost nothing about the production side of media, but I've learned so much since being here in 2 months.
When I came to CTV, I knew this is the industry that I wanted to be in. This gave me an opportunity to be able to see a whole bunch of different fields of what of my whole big field that I wanted to do.
CTV, it's very involved in the community.
It's not just a TV station, it's a place where you can really learn.
I learned that I'm more capable than I think I am.
I feel like I'm able to put the skills I've been learning at school to test.
If I were to think of a word that sums up my experience at CTV, it would be amazing.
CTV is the perfect spot. There are a lot of people here who just want to see you succeed.
You're going to meet some great people, some lifelong friends, and some lifelong connections that can't do anything but benefit you.
If you want to find a place that will definitely 100% give you an opportunity and believe in you, then come to CTV, because CTV is here to help us.
You should think about the youth that are here. That's where people's lives start.
We are young people that we need the resources to grow and to learn more and better with our craft.
I really enjoy being here, and I wish I can do it again.
Hi, my name is DeAndre Vidal, and I'm a 2-time Emmy-winning assistant editor and a former CTV intern. CTV is perfectly positioned to empower Prince Georgians to be the leaders in local news and entertainment for Prince George's County and beyond. The county budget for the future needs to include CTV, because CTV is an essential community resource for the future.
Okay, everybody, your Wednesday sports page is finally here. In NFL news, I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wait for the Commanders season to begin. The Burgundy and Gold made some exciting moves during the offseason, like the drafting of offensive lineman Josh Connolly out of Oregon last week. Now, rookie season can be full of ups and downs, and fellow offensive lineman Brandon Coleman, who is going into his second year in the NFL, touched on making sure the 21-year-old's transition to the league is as smooth as possible.
You know, I haven't met him yet, but from what I've seen, this guy is pretty poised. You know, he's really excited to be here, and whatever he needs from me, I'm able to support him. You know, I have made a lot of experiences in this past year, on the field and off the field, no matter what it is, with my routine, with my game plan, stuff like that. So whatever I can do to help him, I'll be able to do, and I'm open to it.
Rookie minicamp takes place from May 8th to the 11th. Meantime, some exciting news out of College Park as the UMD men's basketball team has earned a commitment from five-star prospect Darius Adams. Adams is an absolute baller, earning McDonald's All-American honors at La Lumiere High School in Indiana this past season. The New Jersey native originally committed to playing for head coach Dan Hurley and the UConn Huskies before decommitting earlier this month. Adams is Maryland's first and only commit from the class of 2025 since the hiring of Buzz Williams. Adams chose Maryland over Georgetown, Michigan State, Tennessee, Alabama, and Kansas. Man, it's definitely going to be must-see TV next season for head coach Buzz Williams and company. And in high school sports, if you guys are in the mood for some softball action, then you're in luck because Gwynn Park will be in for Washington taking on Friendly. Bladensburg will try to get a win on the road against Eleanor Roosevelt. Laurel will face off against Flowers. And finally, Northwestern will return to action against Bowie. And in NHL news, the Washington Capitals will try and get their fourth win of their playoff series versus the Montreal Canadiens tonight. The game begins at 7 o'clock. And finally, the Chesapeake Bay Sox will try and get their 12th win of the year versus the Hartford Yard Goats tonight. First pitch is at 7:10. And that wraps up your Wednesday sports page. Simon Bugs, CTV Sports.
All right, Simon, thanks so much. Let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight will be partly cloudy out. Tomorrow it's going to be 79 degrees, but we have a chance of showers. Friday, we reach a high of 87 to kick off the weekend, but we have a 30% chance of rain around 2 p.m. Saturday, we have an 80% chance of rain throughout the day. We'll have a high of 77 and a low of 54.
And for our community calendar, starting Sunday, the county's new animal shelter hours will go into effect. The new hours will provide future adoptees more flexibility to visit the shelter's pets in the evening. For more information, contact 240-904-7649. And that wraps up CTV News for now. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.
Hello, I'm Sandra F. Peaches, Executive Director of Prince George's Community Television. I'm reaching out today with an urgent message. CTV needs your help. The county's current proposed budget is about to silence your voice. The proposed budget presented to the County Council calls for the closing of PGCTV in the upcoming fiscal year. For more than 40 years, Prince George's Community Television has been your independent voice in the community, providing essential news related to county events, the people, and services. Most importantly, our volunteer public access producers create hundreds of hours of programming each year. The programming that tells the stories of people in Prince George's County. We connect residents to critical information, provide a voice for underrepresented communities, and help to foster a deeper sense of connection within the diverse communities residing in our county and state. We're known as a hub for career development, having provided invaluable internships and volunteer opportunities for hundreds of young people, helping them build futures in broadcasting and film. Our success stories are both in front of and behind the lens at every local network in the DMV and countless others throughout the United States. If we lose Prince George's Community Television, we not only lose a place for hands-on learning, but also the voice and connection that helps our community be informed and united. This is your station. Do not let your voice be silenced. Please contact the Prince George's County Council. Ask that PGCTV, the voice of the county, be saved and fully funded. Together, we can make a difference.